guys started off as Rebecca St. James's little brothers, but man, it's crazy to see what you guys have become. You guys, I would put you guys, we got the guys, Joel and Luke from For King and Country here. I would put you up as one of the preeminent Christian artists.
Thank you,
do
Wally.
people ever wonder, like, hey, do they ask you questions about your sister and stuff a lot? Like, whatever happened to her?
Amazing is, so before, we're on tour right now, and before every show, we do a Q&A time for about half an hour. The amount of times where a story kind of leads into us growing up on the road or whatever, and sometimes we'll just say our sister, and then Joel will be like, "Hey, just so you know, our sister's Rebecca St. James." Most of the
like
time,
a gasp.
Oh, really?
I did,
And I got a little murmuring. Yeah, well, we determined.
That's cool, though, for you guys.
It is really cool. Well, when we started out, we knew that correlation would be made. So it wasn't something that we were going to just sort of flaunt as a get-out-of-jail-free card. Like, hey, we're play our music,
Right.
we're Rebecca James Brothers. So it's really cool now because it's become this little secret to everyone.
Yeah.
But one of the most exciting things for us is, without her and her musical career, there's no chance we would be doing what we're doing. Like, she is really what we learned on the road with her. We kind of figured out our love for music on the road with her, and figured out so many things about the stage and production and
Did you guys
writing.
ever play with her at all?
Yeah, we did.
You did? Okay, so
did.
when you were young, like, how old was that? How old were you guys when you
I
were doing
think
that?
Joel was 12 when he
Yeah,
first got on
no, it was
Really?
literally.
Yeah,
we kind of joked that Dad needed cheap labor.
Yeah.
So he looked around. He had 5 preteen or teen boys, and we became the crew. So Luke was doing spotlight and background vocals and lighting, and I was doing stage managing and lighting. So literally that was our education.
Yeah, but you learned it, and that's good because and you had to do the hard work because that prepared you for what you guys do now. And it's interesting to see. We're talking to the guys from For King and Country. It's interesting to see what you guys do with basically the two of you. And you guys have a band with you and stuff like that. But I mean, it's you guys and the things that you guys I've seen you do with lights and these big drums and stuff. It's a great show, and so it's
thanks,
really
Wally.
enjoyable.
There is truth to everything that we learned when we were kids. It's been a lot of fun because it's kind of like we went to college, let it incubate for several years, and then we get to put it on to fruition, and that's been a great thing for us.
What did you guys major in? Did you finish college?
No, man, I never took a day.
That's what we're saying. This was our college.
Oh, I thought you said you went to college and then...
No, that was our college.
The Rebecca career was our college experience, quote unquote.
Okay.
No,
We didn't get a piece of paper other than from our parents.
We were both homeschooled.
Were you
and
really?
By the grace of God, we graduated.
I will tell you this. This is great news for homeschoolers because you look at you guys. You guys should be the poster school for homeschool kids because you guys are both married to very beautiful, wonderful, godly women. You're successful artists because there's that stereotype that homeschool kids don't know how to interact socially, and you guys, can dispel all of those rumors.
Well, part of it too was us traveling all the time.
We didn't have much of a choice
you
other
gotta
than
think,
to socialize.
Yeah.
Well, we were going in, literally I was 13, 14 years old, and I was the stage manager. So I would walk into these union crews, were theaters with union crews, and bearded old crusty men that curse like sailors, and my job as a 13, 14-year-old
to get them to set up everything.
Yeah.
And they would just look at me and sort of giggle.
I can tell you this: you would not have been able to do that without the accent, because it works even on crusty old union guys. Exactly. This is the Wally Show, and we have Joel and Luke from For King and Country. Do you guys always go by Joel and Luke, or do you ever want to switch it up and do Luke and Joel?
Do you think that we have
No,
a nickname?
I'm oldest. Joel is older, so Joel has to go first. But this is a true story. Well, once upon a time, we had a meeting before we came up with the band name For King and Country, and we said we're not leaving this meeting. We gave the meeting an ultimatum.
Yeah, keep going. Sorry.
We said we are not going to leave this meeting until we come up with a band name, and we walked out with Joel and Luke.
That's
As
it.
our band name.
Nice.
That was our band name.
That's how they came up with the
Wally Show.
Yeah,
Exactly.
of course, yeah.
No, I fought it. I didn't want it to be called the Wally Show. I wanted something creative that was funny and
Wally
stuff
your
like
real
that.
name?
Yeah, and so who wants that nonsense? And so, but then they're like, no, it's kind of a show about you, and so we're going to use your
I
name.
like it. I think it works.
I couldn't come up with something as creative as For King and Country. So here's what I want to do. It's obvious that you guys have been blessed with the coolest accents on the planet, but I thought it would be fun to do an interview where you guys have to do a different accent. And so what we'll do is I have a bowl in front of you with different accents, and I have a bowl in front of me. I will each draw a card, and whatever accent we draw, we have to, for my case, ask you the question in that accent, and in your case, answer it in that accent. Okay?
Okay.
So let me draw my first one here. Oh, great. I'm horrible with accents, by the way. They all end up
set
sounding the
yourself
same.
up for this.
Yeah, it's my own fault. I drew Jamaican. So what is your accent?
man.
Yeah, what is your accent that you guys have to
right.
answer? And just do one at a time. What is it?
Praise God.
What is it?
I got
man.
American.
Okay,
man.
so you guys both have to do American, okay?
Okay, so okay,
You'll hold on to that
I'm
one.
putting this one back.
Yeah.
I don't want this one.
all right.
Okay, so now you guys,
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you my question in Jamaican accent, and please.
Can I be a varying degree of an American?
Yes.
You know, because this is a big America here.
Okay.
Okay.
You're
All
doing dialects now. That's
Yeah, I'm
fine.
good.
Yeah.
That's fine. There, Luke. Okay, here we go. Oh wow. Oh, and these are all going to be questions from Miss America. So
Great.
designed to
that's
get.
very appropriate.
Yeah, or Miss Universe. Okay,
Yeah.
so here we go. Hey man, list an animal that describes Joel, and Joel man, you list an animal that describes Luke and why.
Yeah, man. So if I were to pick an animal for Luke, man, I would say a curly koala. That's what I would say. Yeah, a koala. You know, they're Australian. They're Australian little bears. And
I've never heard of them.
When I think of Luke, I think of this little cuddly, sleepy little fella. I just want to crawl up in his arms.
You could have done a lot better.
No, that's not bad. All right, Luke man.
No, I'm talking about he could have done a lot better with the animal.
Oh really?
The animal.
I mean, oh really, man? I gotta stay in this.
Yeah, stay in it, man. Stay in it.
Sorry,
What
your
about-
accents
what-
were better than mine on that one for sure.
Thank you.
You win that round. All right,
All right.
your next accent. My question is going to be great. Russian. Fantastic. Yakov. Okay, so
Putin's coming after you.
you guys got Indian?
Yeah.
That's a good one. All right, here we go.
This is
This is
not
gonna
good.
get racist.
Well, it's not racist because it's just accents. It's
No, that's true.
Racist
That's true.
is if I say "fix my computer" in an Indian accent. That's racist.
gosh.
But just answering a question like this is not racist.
Wally's the master of the hint.
Yes.
He didn't really say that.
Exactly.
Forgive us in advance.
Okay, so remember.
any Indian listeners.
This is the guys from For King and Country, and we're talking about accents here. And these are all questions from the Miss Universe pageant. As a
oh no.
educated man, now it's doing Italian. That's not even close to Russian. I got to get into my center place here. Center place.
Well, the trouble with Russian is Russians
You just
speak
need to sound
Russian.
really mad all the time, man.
So they don't. A lot of them don't even speak English.
I'm
right?
trying to get to like Robin Williams, like how he does his
Rest in
impression. Yeah, rest in peace. Thank you.
R.I.P.
As the Russian educated woman who is also very attractive, how do you deal with the stereotyping based on your beauty alone?
Well, we have to go to the Indian restaurant. We need to go and get some curry.
That was Luke, by the way.
Yeah,
Everybody,
yeah.
don't be angry at Joel for that.
He's lying. It was Joel.
He didn't answer the question at all, but he
No,
did just
all
do
he s-
every
all he did-
racial
yes,
stereotype.
yes. Food, curry.
Okay, that one went horribly wrong. All right, our final question with the guys from For King and Country. Oh, look at this! I just hit the accent
Yahtzee.
lottery. I grabbed Australian.
Oh man.
Oh.
It's a little bit weird when you created the game and you feel like you accidentally
Yes.
stumbled upon the accent you wanted.
Weird, isn't it?
Yeah, it's amazing.
What'd you get?
Kazakhstanian.
Yes, like Borat.
Yes.
Well, that feels kind of a little Indian anyway, doesn't it?
I don't know. I don't know.
I-A-N at the end.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, so here we go. The final question. Good day, mates. How's that, huh?
He loves it.
Yes.
He loves it.
If you could go back and relive part of your life, this is how you sound to us, by the way. What part of your life would you go back and live again?
Well,
Pip, pip, cheerio. That's English. Never mind.
well, almost. Oh gosh, I got nothing.
I would like to probably go and try to.
You sound English.
Yeah, that's like you sound like the Queen.
I fail.
I'm trying to think.
Yeah,
Kazakhstani.
Yeah.
my sister. Oh, that's Italian. So you know what? That's a tough one.
right,
You guys drew a
we
tough one.
failed on that one.
Yes. I failed on one. You failed on
I think
one.
what happens with those is they all, when we're not very good at them, they all just start to mesh together.
We all sound like cab drivers. Oh, there's the racial part we were looking for. Okay, fantastic. We got the guys for King and Country. And I want to talk about something serious that happened to you, Luke, that I did not even know about. And so we'll get to that in 15 right here on The Wally Show.
Fix my eyes on you.
This is The Wally Show. We got the guys for King and Country on with us today. We got Joel and Luke.
Do you ever get tired of doing that entrance?
Yes, I do, actually.
Do you ever get Zach or Katie to do this? Is
No.
The Wally Show.
Well, now you're doing accents of me. Now you're doing me impressions.
Hey, why don't we do liners for you?
Oh, that would be
and
great.
then you can just trigger them. So here's one for you. G'day, everybody. You're listening to The Wally Show.
I'm telling you, people would like this show better.
It sounds smarter.
Yeah, oh yeah. I get sick
And
of
this
me.
is Joel from next door.
There you go. So now, Luke, you recently, I was at some event thing, and I heard you talking about like a serious medical thing that you had. I had no idea, because you never call, you don't write. So what happened to you?
Well, this is actually kind of funny. Halloween 2012, which was a terrible day for me, I got diagnosed with a digestive disorder. And for
Nothing
about
a Twix won't cure.
Oh yeah, though that would create a serious issue. But and at the time I didn't really take it that seriously. It was probably about 6 to 9 months where after I just kind of was like, I'm just gonna tough it out. I'm gonna be brave. I'm gonna be, this will all be good. And then I got really, really, really sick. It was actually right after Joel's wedding. I came home, and we were getting ready to go back out for our first show in 2 weeks. And I kind of looked at my wife. I said, I can't go. I'm just too sick. I got down to about 125 pounds.
Holy cow, because you're like 7 feet tall. Like
I'm
that's
about 6'4",
yeah, that's tiny.
Yeah, and so I didn't go out on the road, and I was off for about 2.5 months. And for about a month of that, I didn't get any better. I actually thought that there was a chance that I might never be able to work again. Your mind goes really crazy places when you get sick, and during that time, this is when I really knew it was bad. Is my wife came to me and she said, "Hey, Luke, you just can't leave me here. You got."
Oh wow! She thought you were gonna die.
Yeah, she thought there was a chance on one.
So did our parents actually.
Yeah.
They left one night and kind of mum got in the car and said, "Hey, kind of, what do we need to do?
Really, that serious?
Yeah, and mum's not a reactor.
Yeah,
she's kind of calls a spade, so to speak.
Yeah, and so then eventually I started to get a little bit of help, and some medical people. It's always a difficult thing when you hear medical people go, "Hey, there's no cure for your disease," and I still have it today. I'm still not. In the grand scheme of things, where I probably should be.
Really, real quick, let me stop you there. Yeah. Like when you came in and we shook hands and we hugged and stuff like that.
You probably have a disease.
Dadgummit. I knew he was doing that. Is it contagious?
Yeah, it's contagious.
Oh, fantastic. No, do you know what it is and everything?
It's something called ulcerative colitis.
Okay, that's not fun.
No, and for every person that you hear that has something like this, Crohn's or celiac,
right,
there's varying degrees of it. So I talked to some people like, yeah, I had that 15 years ago. I haven't had any issues with it since, and I'm there still going, well, it's still very real in my life.
Yeah,
but it's amazing how all these things work, because during this time, after I started to get better, I came back out on the road. You start to work on writing songs, and I'm a big believer in God takes very, very difficult circumstances and turns them into, a lot of times, marvelous stories if you're willing to allow God to do something with those stories. And so many songs came from that, because, what do you do when you don't get better?
Right.
And you've got, we had people, emailing radio stations to pray for us.
Yeah,
I guess you didn't get
there
the
were
memo.
thousands of
thousands
of people beside the Wally Show that were praying.
We're very self-absorbed as a group of people. But that is true. We're talking to Joel and Luke for King and Country. When you are in those dark moments, and it happens to you, like everyone expects you to have the answers as a songwriter, but then you have to work through this and process it yourself. And so music, I would assume, is the way you do that. Did you write the songs in the moment of it, or on the post side of it?
Yeah, post. I mean, honestly, man, I was so sick when this was all going that I couldn't. I mean, I literally went from my bed to the couch to bed, and that's all I did for a long time. I didn't have any energy to do anything else.
You have my wife's disease.
Oh, it was hopefully he doesn't listen to that. But yeah, it was very difficult. And it was after that I was actually out in LA with a friend of ours, Joel, but we were both out there, and this friend of ours said, "Hey, we need to write a song about this." And I said, "Yeah, I know, but I've kind of been putting it off because I knew it was going to be really difficult for me." And my wife's words kept ringing true in my ears. So we wrote this song called "Without You," and my wife actually sings on the song with me. And quite frankly, it was a very difficult song to write. I mean, there were tears exchanged because when you relive those trying circumstances, it's very real.
You got to put yourself back in that moment.
Well, why don't we play that song then? Yeah. I think it's a great idea. Yeah. Can I borrow your iTunes account? I don't know if I have that one.
Username.
Yeah, exactly.
I think we have a CD somewhere.
Okay, good. So it's for King and Country, Without You, on the Wally Show.
I don't want to live without you. I'm not ready to live without you. And so let's dance a little, laugh a little, and hope a little more. 'Cause I don't wanna leave without